Angry.
Get out of my face now!
The data is in, and it shows exactly what we've known for the past 7 years, which is non-binary people are more likely to bully others, and I know why this is happening.
It's okay to be angry.
If you try to stop me from going into a woman's bathroom,
Excuse me, it's ma'am.
be the last mistake you ever make.
It is ma'am.
Find that anger.
Just because.
Harness it to do good in the world.
I mean, don't videos like this alone just confirm what we've already known? We've all been knowing that this is an issue, which is why I can't stand when people say that I'm punching down. I'm punching directly across. Welcome to another psychological deep dive. For years, we've been told that queer kids are bullied relentlessly to the point of sometimes offing themselves. That if we don't validate everyone and everything, we're super hateful bigots and we're horrible people.
It's because of people like you. It's because of
I
some people.
I support the trans community.
My friend Colin Wright wrote this recently in an article citing a new Finnish study that proves us to be correct. This data flips the transgender bullying narrative on its head. A massive study finds that trans-identifying teens, especially those who identify as non-binary, are more likely to bully others than be bullied. He writes, the narrative is grounded in a psychological framework known as the minority stress model. According to this framework, the mental health struggles seen in trans-identifying youth aren't due to underlying psychological issues, but are instead caused by social rejection, stigma, and lack of affirmation. This model has become widely accepted in academic and activist circles. It assumes that trans-identifying youth are mentally healthy by default and that any emotional distress is how society treats them or judges them, but the model is unscientific because it is both circular and unfalsifiable. Any signs of distress are taken as proof of victimization, while any suggestion that mental health problems or other social difficulties might precede a transgender identity is dismissed as transphobic. And we have been fed this bullshit for years. They are oppressed, therefore they're the victims. Tons of videos like this have been promoted to us as truth. Let's talk about the study. The aim of this study was to compare involvement between bullying, transgender, and mainstream youth among middle and late adolescents in a general population sample. Out of 138,829 students divided between two different schools, gender was used as the independent variable with cisgender as the reference category. Out of the 139,000 students, both experiences of being bullied and perpetrating bullying were more commonly reported by transgender youth than cisgender youth. And among all the trans kids, the non-binary ones were the most guilty. And if you think about it, it makes sense, right? It wasn't always, at least when I was in school, right? Growing up in the mid-90s and the late 90s, it wasn't always the fat kid that got bullied. It wasn't always the gay kid that got bullied. It was the kid that had zero self-esteem. If the fat kid was popular and funny, like nobody bothered him. But that emo girl over there in the corner, the one that like is depressed and thinks she's non-binary, yeah, like that's an easy target. And because things that are usually internalized or externalized, you're usually more than likely to shit on others as well. How they are bullying. Lying.
This woman's coming to New York Pride trying to say, so why are we okay with this conservative influencer trying to say that transness is a choice?
You're hateful, you're voting out of hate, racism, out of bigotry. You're not a part of the community. You are excluded from the community because you are hateful.
I mean, remember just last month when they lied to us saying that President Trump threw a parade for his birthday? When it was literally, it just coincidentally happens that the army was founded on the same day as his birth. Actual physical bullying.
This anger.
You're done, man.
We can just make a batch and say that some of us well.
Anger is probably my primary source of motivation.
You want to call me sir again?
The thing is, you don't have to leave.
You will lose your bed.
For everything that I do.
Go out, buy a gun.
Cut that out now, or you'll go home in an ambulance.
I'll you up.
It was a call to action or a call to arms.
Sorry, man.
The mostly peaceful protests crowd.
Yeah, the flashbang's going off right now. That is because there were several protesters who threw things at the officer.
Love bombing.
I accept you for who you are. I love you for who you are. And I understand that what you're standing for is what you believe in, and this is America. And I'm proud of you for that.
Right.
Because you have the right to do that. Because you have the free will to do that in this, for now, because you are a woman, Don't forget, you are a minority.
Pay attention to the way he says that he loves me and that he respects me and my opinion, and then makes sure to hold me down and say that, you know, you are a victim, you are still a minority, which is the next way that they bully others. Playing the victim to gain control. Remember, these people believe that if they are a victim and then a minority, and they are oppressed, they can do no wrong. They can get away with ridiculous shit and not be held accountable for their actions. Also, it turns out that there's a psychological reason why people derail conversations and make it about themselves. Listen to this guy.
So what I think you're seeing here is a high tendency for interpersonal victimhood. This is something that psychologists have come up with. It's a measurable, stable trait made up of 4 components. A personal need for recognition as a victim, a sense of moral superiority based on that victimhood, a lack of empathy for those outside the perceived in-group, and rumination, obsessively replaying past wrongs. That's how identity can become, and often does become, a shield, not just against critique, but against information. The tragedy of tendency for interpersonal victimhood is that it blocks perspective taking. When your identity is built around grievance, you lose the ability to recognize someone else's suffering.
Hence why bullying is so prominent in these types of people.
Yeah, hence.
This guy on X said, studies have shown leftists are not empathetic. They are less capable of understanding right-wing concerns rather than vice versa. Empathy being, of course, the capacity to imagine another reality. Talk to any leftist and you'll see why they just can't simply fathom these ideas. What leftists do have is high neuroticism and mental illness. They feel more pain, are sicker, and are more delusional. Leftism is self-hate that is so extreme they wage a war of vengeance on their healthy friends. Look what happened to Laverne Cox recently. She was canceled because she supposedly dated a MAGA Republican with blonde hair and blue eyes. The left canceled a black trans woman. Like, the left knows no boundaries, let's just say that.
Real empathy begins the moment you stop assuming your pain is always the center of the story.
Being controlling is not empathetic and certainly is a way of bullying one person or a group of people.
Turns out LGBTQIA, Two-Spirit Plus Premium, whatever you want to call it, is used as a political umbrella in order for the left to gain political control over the culture. And so they're really like co-opting my identity, my experience.
Gaslighting, my personal favorite.
Feeling like trans people are a threat to you in a space like a bathroom or a locker room is actually a version of internalized misogyny.
If you feel uncomfortable, you are the problem. Telling white people that they are the reason for everyone's issues is a very easy way to bully somebody into submission, and also a quick way to get out of being accountable for your actions or your family's personal choices. Why they're bullying. Because right now it is cool to hate white people. It's cool to hate straight people. It's cool to hate anyone that isn't a, well, I guess black trans a black trans woman isn't even like the epitome of woke now. All of this is considered widely acceptable on left-wing media sites and apps like TikTok. Meanwhile, of course, the opposite is 100% not true. If you even dare point out simple biological reality or facts, you are banned off of TikTok. They literally just banned me 3 days ago. You're canceled, demonetized, kicked off of platforms. And whatever white people do, we can't win. This is just one reason why I spoke about why Sydney Sweeney is getting so much hate in my last video. She's getting shit on just because she's a straight, cis, hot white woman. You should definitely go and watch those last 2 videos that I posted after watching this one in full, because got a lot of good points in there. And because of all this white hate, it's why we keep seeing white people, gay or not, taking on all these new identities, these new labels, because they don't want to be viewed as an oppressor. In my opinion, that's how we got fake trans women converting to Islam.
So here's my journey to Islam. And the Quran was just, from the beginning, like, speaking to me so deep in my soul. And so in these moments where I'm feeling so low where I'm dealing with transphobia.
My friend Brad said, at this point, a statistically significant percentage of the LGBT community is just typical straight people who want to seem woke.
I'm a non-binary parent, and this one's for the straight and cis people. Hi, I'm Nathan, and I'm a queer parent. Well, I'm fortunate to have built a little community of queer people.
Another reason why these types of people are bullies, mental health issues. I know everybody saw that one coming, but like I have to say it, I have to mention it. Mind you, this includes almost all of the social media influencers that these kids look up to.
I'm insane in the membrane. Insane in the membrane.
First, I got diagnosed with bipolar and borderline personality disorder.
In the study of transgender patients, the frequency of personality disorders was 81.4%. The most frequent personality disorder was, you guessed it, narcissism, narcissistic personality disorder, at 57%. Of course, many of these people do it for the likes, the clicks, the money, and of course the attention. People even admit to it.
So many people on the internet, I don't know if you get this, but they say you're doing it for the attention. And that is just a flashing red light about how they were treated. Yes, I'm doing it for the attention. Don't you want some too? Mm-hmm. Don't we all want some? Right?
Yes.
And don't we all deserve some?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, to be seen.
To be seen. That's been our theme for today.
It's everything.
We are taught and sold the lie that inclusion is more important than safety. And if you go against this, you are bullied, you're told you're a bigot, you're hateful, and that you're the problem. We see it with immigration. If you're against illegals, you're racist!
No! Let my people go! Let my people go!
Sports debates. If you're against trans males in female sports, you're transphobic. And even when it comes to identities. Remember the Canadian government allowing shit like this to happen? When to most normal people, it's clear as day that this is very much a fetish and wanting for it to be enacted around kids. These people are bullies because they actually hate themselves and have no internal sense of morality, and no religion to help them form one, and a lack of self-knowledge. Because like I said in the beginning of the video, we all know that what you feel inside is usually what you project outside.
Not whores! Trans people are made! Not whores! No child! Stop trans hate! Stop trans hate! During the civil rights movement.
Oh, drama. Meanwhile, of course, they gaslight the shit out of us and tell us that we are the self-hating gays because we voted for Trump or voted for a Republican candidate or just for simply disagreeing with them. But data just keeps coming out that agrees with us. Listen to this TikTok that explains it all.
If you feel like you're watching the world go crazy, you're not imagining things. Over the last decade, a media-induced woke reign of terror gripped the populations of Western nations, creating what Michael Schellenberger aptly describes as mass psychosis. Over the last decade, he writes, Democrats in the media said that those of us who opposed DEI, racial quotas, and open borders had gone far right, but we hadn't. Rather, Democrats in the media had gone far left. We are only now emerging from 10+ years of extreme psychopathic gaslighting. Data from the US General Social Survey shows that center and right-wing views have more or less remained the same since the early 2000s, while the left has gone 40 to 60% further left on cultural issues, and the data continues to back him up.
Yeah, we keep seeing trends of words like racist, privileged, transphobic, all starting to speed up after the year of 2012. When I was in high school, we had tons of friends of different races, contrasting, political beliefs, very different income levels living in New York City, and not one person gave a shit. So with this rise in the number of new identities, new fake culture wars, and people who need purpose, all of this new age bullying was born. Most people who bully, if not all of them, are in some type of pain. In this case, I believe the majority of it is mental and emotional pain, not having friends, not knowing who they truly are, not having morals or a good family life. And interestingly enough, like as I was writing this video, I realized that the exact opposite is also true. I think maybe for the first time in history, at least since I've been alive. There are also a ton of people that are super privileged, that come from very wealthy backgrounds, that have very good families, that feel so guilty about all of this that they make up fake identities to be oppressed and then bully others. Listen to what this therapist has to say about it.
Turning labels into identity. Labels were meant to be for understanding, not a personality, but today people are branding themselves with their diagnosis. And I'll keep saying it, pathologizing normal life struggles. Not every challenge is trauma. Not every difficult person is a narcissist. Not every workplace is toxic just because you don't like your boss. Life is hard sometimes. That doesn't mean it's harming you, but when you pathologize normal struggles, you rob yourself of the ability to actually navigate them. This obsession with feeling seen, heard, and validated, at some point, we stopped striving for growth and we just started chasing external validation.
This all makes sense. Let me know what you guys think in the comments though. If you enjoyed this video, give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you are not already. I post videos every Sunday and sometimes Thursdays. I think I'm posting 2 videos every single week this month and next month. Other than that, I will see you guys back here in a few days with a brand new video. Until then, I love you. Keep calling out the bullshit.